Hello there once again, friends and enemies. My name is Toxy, and today I was not really expecting to make this video. So to give a little history as to what I'm about to talk about, around the time that I was still starting out Weird Deck Techs, about the third Weird Deck Tech video that I released, I started noticing that a weird commenter was popping up on all of my Yu-Gi-Oh videos one day. Their comment would have no introduction and would just be homebrew cards for different specific archetypes. If it was on a Weird Deck Tech video, it would be for the archetype in the video, and if it wasn't, it would just be a random archetype for Yu-Gi-Oh! No context, no other words, just random homebrew fan-made cards. And then, very quickly after I started noticing that they were posting these, they stopped commenting and deleted all of their comments. I'm bringing this up because while I was working on last week's Weird Deck Tech, they showed up again. So I wanted to make some fun out of this and look at their homebrew cards and see how I feel about them. Gotta get out the phone for this one. All of the comments, by the way, are made by YouTube commenter Zeta Reticuli. I'm not sure if they'll see this video, but something about them makes me think that they might. Let's take a look at the latest cards from the great brain of YouTube commenter Zeta Reticuli. Green Eyes, Green Dragon, a level 7 Earth Dragon effect monster, attack of 2500, defense of 2000. If a monster with 2500 or more attack is special summoned to the field, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand or graveyard but banish this card when it leaves the field. When a monster on the field declares an attack while this card is banished, quick effect, you can special summon this card. You can only use each effect of Green Eyes, Green Dragon once per turn. Now, the first time they commented, they had a lot more creative names for all of their cards, so having a card called Green Eyes, Green Dragon is a little weird, and they only get weirder from here. Anyway, this card is fine. Not the best card in the world, but you might use this in a deck where you're just dumping cards into the graveyard, I guess. Although you might not want to use this card because all it does is special summon itself. I guess it could be cool for like Link summons, or maybe XCs if you're going into level 7s. Moving on. Cloudy Infusion, level 10 water, fairy effect type, attack 4000, defense 0. Requires 3 Cloudian monsters with different names. I'm sure this will be good. Must first be fusion summon or special summon from your extra deck by shuffling the above cards you control into the deck, in which case you do not use polymerization. Other Cloudian monsters you control cannot be destroyed by their own effects. Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in face-up defense position, destroy this card. When a card or effect is activated, quick effect, you can remove 2 fog counters from this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Cloudy Infusion seems fine. It seems like it would work fine with the Cloudian deck. This person definitely was thinking of something that would help Cloudians out a little bit. It just seems a little underhanded to me. Something about these last 2 cards makes me feel like that's going to be the formula for all of the rest of these cards. It's like, they're fine cards, but they're just kind of not hitting it. But who knows? Let's keep going. Cloudian Cloud, level 4, water attribute, fairy type, effect monster, attack 1000, defense 0. Once per turn, you can normal summon 1 Cloudian monster from your hand except Cloudian Cloud in addition to your normal summoner set. Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in face-up defense position, destroy this card. You can remove 3 fog counters from anywhere on the field. Banish 1 card from your opponent's deck or extra deck. What? I guess that's a pretty good Cloudian card. I mean, it helps you get out the fusion, Cloudian Fusion. The name Cloudian Cloud is kind of uninspired, but all of these Cloudian cards have bad names. Interesting left field there. Banish from deck or extra deck. Okay. Cloudian Fog, a level 4 water attribute, fairy type effect monster, attack 1000, defense 0. If you control a Cloudian monster except Fog, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Cloudian 1 once per turn this way. I think they meant to say Cloudian Fog. Cannot be destroyed by battle. If this card is in face-up defense position, destroy it. You can remove 2 fog counters from this card. Banish 1 card from your opponent's graveyard. There's an interesting theme with these Cloudian monsters where you remove fog counters from them, but none of them create fog counters. And as far as I remember, there were only like 2 Cloudian monsters, maybe 3, that actually put fog counters onto other cards. I could be wrong about that, but let's see if it picks up. Let's see if it just changes. So far, these cards seem kind of mid, but I don't really remember Cloudians all that much. Cloudian Spell, a quick play spell. Send 1 Cloudian card or card that mentions Cloudian or fog counter in its text from your deck to the graveyard. Add one Cloudine card or card that mentions Cloudine or Fog Counter in its text from your deck or graveyard to your hand. You can only activate one Cloudine spell per turn. I like Cloudine spell. I think it's fine. I think Cloudine spell is fine. Cloudine Field, a field spell. Did you guess? Did you guess that? Did you get? You take no battle damage involving Cloudine monsters you control if a Cloudine monster is summoned. If a Cloudine monster is summoned or your opponent summons a monster or activates a card or effect, place one Fog Counter on one face-up card on the field that can be place a counter on. If this face-up card would be destroyed by a card effect, you can remove one Fog Counter from this card instead. So, what determines if a card can have a counter placed on it or not? I'm pretty sure there are no cards that say you can't put a counter on a card, right? This is by far, I think, the weirdest card of this group of cards. I guess theoretically it would be fine, but it can happen whenever. There would definitely be a errata for this card that makes it into a once per turn effect, or like first time per turn. Last, for our good friend Zeta Reticuli, Cloudine Counter. It's a counter trap. When your opponent would summon a monster or activate a card or effect while you control a Cloudine monster, negate the summon or activation, and if you do, destroy that card. While this card is in your graveyard, you can remove two Fog Counters from anywhere on the field, add this card to your hand. You can only use each effective Cloudine counter once per turn. I think this card's good. I think it's a decent card. So Cloudine Counter is a really good card for Cloudine deck, in my opinion. Although I guess it depends on if you can even get those counters out that fast. I guess that's what Cloudine Field is for, but Cloudine Field is kind of weird. Anyway, those are some cards from our good friend Zeta Reticuli. I just wanted to showcase this person. It's kind of a weird occurrence to me, the way that they will spam comment a bunch of cards in the course of like 30 minutes, and then they will delete them all and disappear, and then I guess just come back later. I just wanted to post this video because I thought it was interesting and I wanted to talk about it. I want to know if it happens to other small Yu-Gi-Oh people, or even just Yu-Gi-Oh people in general. Zeta Reticuli, if you're watching this, I told you to stop this last time that you were commenting, but I lied. Keep doing what you're doing. I think it's funny. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was a bit of enjoyment in your day, and until next time, drink your water.